I want to talk about Young Scooter, the 911 call, and all this shit that's going on right now in hip hop. Let's get it. So Young Scooter, man, was an artist. Fuck with Future and just Atlanta as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And on his birthday, police got a phone call saying that he was beating on a female. It was kids around. He's dragging her in and out the house. Wild shit. So they say reports say that he not Young Scooter, but they said somebody came to the door, saw that the police was at the door, slammed the door immediately. Police started to create a perimeter around the house. After that, they saw two men jet out from the back. Boom. They say Young Scooter jumped the gate, and this is when the story gets kind of icky for everybody. A lot of people feel like the police probably had something to do with it, but they said they didn't. The young girl definitely had something to do with it because she charged with something that's called swatting, and that's a fake police call, right? The second person, I'm not for sure if they caught him or not, but I'm pretty sure they probably did. But Young Scooter was seen on the other side of the fence. They heard screaming and hollering, and they said that he bled out by cutting a main artery in his thigh. Now, you had a lot of mixed reports with this because a lot of people were saying that, well, Young Scooter jumped gates all the time. You know what I mean? Why would he want to, why, how could he hurt himself if he's experiencing jumping gates? Like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, he used to do this shit back in the day. Like, a gate wouldn't kill him. You know what I'm saying? They felt like the police had something to do with it. So things kept coming out, and it became more clear that regardless of what anybody thinks about this situation, the main culprit in this situation is the female. Now, I won't say her name because I don't like to give motherfuckers like that power, but what I will say is that she is the main person, the main suspect, and the main culprit in this situation. Why am I saying this? Because there is evidence stating that. There is evidence showing that she is the main component in this whole, what's up, Easton? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Jamal? In this whole situation. I like to think that if the police had something to do with it, this was a good scapegoat, and they found a girl to put all this shit on at one time. So she's a great. If the police had anything to do with it, she's a great scapegoat for them. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue to stay there with it. But regardless of the fact, the girl is guilty. All right. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Hey, everybody, drop highs. What's good? So let's stay there. Like the the girl made a fake phone call. And then when she's asked about certain shit like this, right? She switches up the story two or three times. Now, I don't want to go through all the stories and the details because there's hundreds of videos on it, and really you can go to the Game Spitter because really I watched the Game Spitters channel because I know he was the only one at one point talking about this scooter shit. So y'all go to the Game Spitters channel for all that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to know what's going on with this case, he got that shit on lock. He's been going about it. What's up, Leroy? He's been going about it exactly how he needs to. You feel what I'm saying? Um, so beside the Game Spitter, you know what I'm saying? I really didn't see nothing but the news kind of really putting on it, and everybody kind of was talking about it and whatnot. You know what I mean? Because that's how it goes when people become a trend because of death. But I didn't see anybody say, "Look, we was wrong for this." I didn't see anybody say we reported wrong for this, and I would like to say I apologize for that shit. I seen the Game Spitter say that shit. But everybody wanted to get clout off this nigga's name, and nobody was talking about Young Scooter but the Game Spitter. Maybe a couple of blogs here and there, but the only reason why his name came up is because it was probably talking about the Atlanta culture. So they'll bring up Gucci Man, they'll bring up T.I., they'll bring up Future, and they'll bring up Young Scooter, they'll bring up Rocco. But it would never be just Young Scooter. So nobody was talking about Young Scooter, how I seen the Game Spitter literally asking this nigga, hey, could you drop some music? I've been waiting. Niggas fuck with the music. We playing the same shit over and over again. We know it word for word already. Could you give us some more shit? I promise you. So for me, it was clout chase everybody, everything, news stations, all that shit. And then the underlying tone of trying to keep it, make it seem like it's black on black crime, which is crime is down the lowest it's been. You know what I'm saying? Since back in the day, nigga, crime been lower in the '90s. That's why you see all them niggas making, you know what I mean? All that baby making music. It's like let's stop shooting, let's start fucking. You get what I'm saying? But um, what can I say? The lady in this case, unfortunately brought Young Scooter's name back into the limelight. We don't want to continue to have to talk about people who are successful in certain fields that are black like this, right? Um, this came about because a bitch was hating. It sound like a bitch was hating. Let's just be honest. It sound like she knew some things was in the household, maybe something that was illegal. I don't want to go through the whole thing, right? I don't want to tip nobody off, but maybe nothing was illegal in there. Maybe he saw the cops. He closed the door and he said, "Nigga, it's time to go. They coming to get us. They don't like us." Because the thing that a lot of people aren't pointing out too is maybe Young Scooter had some type of beef that no one knew about with the cops. It was just him and the cops. He couldn't tell nobody. How you gonna help me with a beef against the cops? Think about it for a second. How the fuck you gonna help me with a beef against the cops? Nigga, the cops can kill me and get away with it. You can't help me, bro. So why tell you? I gotta figure out how to deal with this shit myself. I got away with a trafficking case back in the day. Not get away, excuse me. He beat the trafficking case. He didn't get away when he beat it. Obviously, he didn't do nothing, right? So if you telling me Young Scooter and anybody around him ain't gonna be a little more skittish every time because they know they getting watched and looked at, then yeah, bro. Yeah, it might have been an underlying beef there with the cops. Why you think it was rumors going around that he got shot by the cops? Maybe they wanted to get him back for the shit he got away with, or that they felt like he got away with because they can't prove it. All these things have to exist. All these scenarios have to exist. Even the scenario of the woman getting paid by the cops to make the fake phone call so they could probably shoot him. What if it was a whole setup? All right, boom, boom, we're going to let you out early, put you on probation, give you some light charges for the shit. But call the police, fake the shit. After you fake the shit, we're going to come in, we're going to shoot him, but we're going to blame it on you so we can get away with the shooting. What if that's the whole scenario? That is a conspiracy that a lot of people want to try to build up and be like, oh, yeah, this happened. Okay, cool. But now what? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? The truth is stranger than fiction, but I don't think they paid that motherfucker. I don't think they paid her. You know what I mean? I think two things can happen at the same time, and one of them could be a hater, and the other one could be an opportunist. So let's just say none of them, they didn't plan this together, but she called the cops, and it just so happened that they had an opportunity to shoot a motherfucker. Get what I'm saying? Or something. They saying the gate cut his thigh, and he died because he bled out from a vital artery. I don't know how rare it is to die from the shit, but to me that is a little bit of bullshit. It had to be something. You tased them. Something happened, but we can't prove it. So, and I damn sure wasn't there. So I can't really put nothing on nobody. You feel what I'm saying? I can't really put shit on nobody. I can only assume. The one thing that is concrete, the one thing that is confirmed, and one thing that is yes, the one thing we cannot all deny is that she called, it has been recorded, and she has been exposed. She has been exposed, so we got to start to realize when the facts are out, we at least have to build theories and hypotheses from facts. A phone call says a lot about what could have happened and not what has happened. A lot of these people go with, well, all you gotta do is just fuck with me on this, just believe me, type of shit, right? That's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is trying to figure out different scenarios that are possible so we can make more sense of the story. But we ain't trying to crack shit. We ain't trying to open shit. I ain't trying to none of that. I'm just trying to go with all the scenarios. I went from them not being connected at all to them being connected together and all in between. You know what I'm saying? One thing we can all agree on, young Scooter ain't call him on his damn self and tell the girl to do it for him to kill himself. That'd be some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So we can't, that's out the window. The dude who ran off, he didn't set him up because he ran off with Scooter. Now, unless one of these cops is fucking the girl, maybe you can throw that in there. Maybe that's a whole nother scenario. Maybe just one of the cops is fucking the girl. And he like, I got you. Just make that fake call. I'm gonna dick you down. After I dick you down, make that call. I'm gonna get his ass together. And got lucky and didn't even have to kill him. So maybe it was a plan that went right and they didn't even have to take him out. Who knows, man? But we can't continue to try to throw shit on people, put shit on people. And to be honest, at first I was kind of like the family saying stuff just to get clout. But then again, I thought about the case. And I'm like, they probably really do got him on the radar. If you be the case, a trafficking case too, and they probably tried really hard to get you on that motherfucker, and I'm pretty sure that they got beef with you for a while. Anybody who get away with anything and motherfucker be feeling like you really did it, I'm pretty sure they not gonna let you off the hook that easy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you still doing shit. And we talking about big time. We talking about big timer shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what young Scooter was in. I can tell you one thing, Pee Wee Longway got caught with $250 million, nigga. That was in cash. Tell you that much. I ain't saying young Scooter was on that, but I'm just saying. Whole bunch of messages. Shout out to motherfucking Pee Wee Longway. Thank you. You tried, man. You tried. Give it to you, man. But like I said, man, I don't want to harp too long on this young Scooter shit, man. You're gonna see so much content on this shit, man. I really ain't gotta go too long on it, man. I just want to give my perspective, my opinions on it, and give you scenarios that got something to do with the situation, so you can probably find some type of something and get a message out of this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Shit get messy, man. Don't be out here in these streets if you can't handle it. I don't think that people really be ready for what could come with this shit, for real, for real. And what I mean by this shit is the reality of the streets. And what I mean by the streets is crime, criminal activity. Alright? That's what the fuck it basically is. Niggas want to call it the streets, nigga. It's criminal activity. If you want to get away with it, try to do it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I'm out. Peace. Before I go though, man. R.P. to Kenneth Bailey, that's his real name. I hope that girl get as much time as is offered. I hope the cops ain't had nothing to do with it. I hope the family find some type of way to cope. And if they can find some way to sue, then yeah, do that. But if they can't because the police ain't had nothing to do with it, it's so big. And they just took a loss. I'll tell you one thing that didn't take a loss out of this whole thing. And that is the streets. The streets will live on forever. Because it's not real. Peace.